Is being a good man ain't enough. Being a good man ain't enough, and neither is being a good woman enough. Let me say that again. Being a good man is not enough. Neither is being a good woman. I am sorry if that comes as news to you. I am sorry if that is upsetting to you. But I am telling you here, if no one else has ever told you, let me be the first to tell you. Being a good man or a good woman ain't enough. Let me explain to you why. Well, first of all, let me say this. For everybody who considers himself to be a good man, if you consider yourself to be a good man, I'm a good dude, a solid dude. I'm what women, I'm a gainfully employed, tax-paying, solid citizen. You're a good dude. Never really gotten a whole lot of trouble. Never really been a jerk or an asshole. People just say, you know what? That Travern is a nice guy. That Eric is a nice guy. That Malachi, I think that's Malachi, is a good guy. That James Ronan is a good guy. Honestly, let's be real. How many of you guys think you're good men and you think, you know what? Women should want me. Women should want me. Maybe not the dime pieces, those high supermodel type chicks, the ones that marry princes, royalty, not the kind of chicks that are dealing with guys at the, making multiple $1 million a year. Those kind of women, maybe not in my range. But women who are 6, I don't use 7, a woman that's a 6 or an 8 or a 9. I'm a good man, and those women should want me. Being a good man, whoever told you that was supposed to be good enough? Let me ask you that. Being a good man, I'm a good man. I'm a good man. I'm a good solid dude. Who told you that was supposed to be good enough? Whoever told you that was supposed to be good enough? Serious talk. Who told you that was good enough? See, you can, in my opinion, you can look to where a person, you can look at a person's life and see where they stopped. You can see where they stopped. A lot of people stopped at high school. High school was the last time somebody put an expectation on you. If you're just a high school graduate and have a job, you're out there just doing your thing. Some people said, high school isn't enough. I need to go to college. That's where they stopped developing. Look at your life and say, where did I stop? And that's where you thought was good enough. Look at your life and see where you stopped, and that's where you thought was good enough. See, men and women, whether they want to admit it or not, all think that they should be good enough for the majority of people. Most folks think I'm good enough. If not, you'd be doing something about it. If you did not think you should be good enough or acceptable to the majority of people, you'd be doing something about it. For example, why'd you go to college? Why did you go to college? Because you didn't think high school was enough. You went to college because you didn't think high school was enough. Whether it was your idea, whether your parents' idea, it was somewhere in your line of reasoning. It was like, you know what? High school is here, but you get this kind of outcome with high school. If you want to get a chance to get ahead or do better or whatever, you want more, you got to do more. And I got to go to college. Why'd you go to the military? Because high school wasn't enough. See, everyone makes a choice, but you look at what the last thing you stopped doing. Where'd you stop? That's where you thought was good enough. And I'm going to tell you, whoever told you there was enough. See, it's not enough to just be a good dude. It's not enough to just be a nice dude. It's not enough to just be a solid citizen. That's not enough. Not if you want to have your pick of women. That is and always has been the reality. When has it ever been good enough just to be a good guy? When has it ever been good enough just to be a good guy? Name me a period of history when it was good enough to just be a good guy. See, a lot of times we go back and say, well, back in the day, 100 years ago, a guy just had to go to work. I understand the argument. But women also didn't have independent agency. They didn't have choice. When has it ever been, so let me reframe the question. When has it ever been good enough to just be a good guy when women actually had a choice? See, you can be a vegetarian all you want. But let me give a better argument. Well, yeah, it'll work. You can be a vegetarian, but if you actually find yourself waking up tomorrow on an island where the only thing to eat is meat, you'll find a way to eat that meat. See, the whole problem here is choice. Like it or not, today people have choice. You do, and so do women. And being a good guy ain't enough. So this is what hurts a lot of guys. See,
I had to do better.
It has never been good enough to be a good guy. Being good enough, really, honestly, guys, let's be honest. Saying, you know what, I'm a good guy and that should be good enough, really is just another way of saying I'm too lazy to do anything else. And I'm too lazy to do anything else, and I don't want to work anymore. See, let me flip the argument up. You get upset when women say, just accept me as I am? This whole fat acceptance culture and everything else? A lot of men think, well, that's just another way of women telling us we got to accept, you being out of shape and this and that. And we push back against that. Well, so the same thing about being good enough. The reality is, and ladies too, you ain't getting out of here, ladies. I'm getting on your ass in a minute. I'm gonna get on your ass in a minute, but I'm gonna do it in love, because you need to be hollering. You need to get yourself good enough to get with my CIA men. See, in reality, guys, yeah, looks do matter. Looks matter a lot to women, not just black women, all women. I have this thing called Suit Saturdays, right? Where I say, hey, just throw on a suit on Saturday and just see what happens. If you're on my Instagram, you saw me talk about not your old boring suit, where I just had on this like alpaca wool casual like suit, right? You see, even here on YouTube, I walked around wearing that yesterday, and everywhere I went, people will stop me. I'm actually on my phone editing a video. 3 fine women come up and say, excuse me, just have to ask you, where are you from? We would just fine women. One Asian chick, 2 black chicks. Bad. I'm looked up, I'm like, and they're like, and it's only because I was wearing a suit and a turtleneck. Is being